Hi folks, Draven here. We are back with Trials in the Sky, second chapter. Let's load her up. Let's see, we'd left it, we'd had a little cutscene with the main guy, and I've completely forgotten his name all of a sudden. But, alright. Okay, let's go. I think we've probably got another cutscene from memory. Yeah. Sealed area. This was below the castle, wasn't it, in the first game? Father Kevin. Oh, he's the guy that was on the airship. With, Estelle. Adios. That was one heck of a trip. If it's much further, I think my legs are gonna pop off. Captain's farts. Well, you can relax now. This is the lowest floor of the sealed area. Wait, really? Ah, thank the goddess. If you told me we were only halfway down, I think I'd be floating off to meet her right about now. Really, Father Kevin, you're being a little too humble. I can tell you're extremely well trained for a priest. If you were not, I doubt you could do the job you do. Ah, kissing. Read like a book, a children's book at that. Well, if it's no big, if you figured it out. We're close to the Von Oslis family anyway. Well, speaking of my job, that's that thing the mayor of Ruin had. Ah, the Kronos Rod. In accordance with our pact, it's being kept safely secured using the prescribed methods. We can hand it off to you whenever you wish. Perfect, thanks. So anyway, the thing we discussed earlier, mind showing it to me? It's down here, right? Yes, follow me. Well now, would you look at that? I imagine even the church will have difficulty deciding what to do with this, yes? This sort of artifact isn't so much big as it is gargantuan. Mind if I take a closer look? As you like, the Queen has given her permission. Please, if you understand any of this, share your thoughts. We defeated this in the first game. So this is the Ring Guardian. That was in the report, huh? It's kind of similar to the archaism you've excavated in Calvard, but I wish I could have seen it moving. And this? This thing's an artifact from the last years of the ancient Sumerian civilization, which makes it at least 1200 years old. It's clearly the core of the structure, but there's no clear indication as to what it actually does. Analysis of artifacts seems to be impossible with modern tools. They work on the same principle, an NG as an ornament, but their internal structure is entirely different from an ornament's. That's what Professor Russell told us, at least. The church refers to these as gifts from the goddess, given too early. And over here is... So just after the black ornament you called the gospel was used, all the giant pillars that were in here were set into the floor? Yes, all 4 pillars set into the floor, like this one. Even 2 months later we're not even sure what it means, if anything. Okay, so a seal in the aurora, a gospel was used. And then the device in here spoke of device towers and a second barrier. I think I'm starting to see what kind of system is at work here. System? What system? There's nothing else here. Ah well, call it gut instinct at this point, but I think this was some sort of gate. Gate? Bingo. Call it a gate on the trial that leads to the goddess treasure. And the thing that opens it is a black key called a gospel. If you think about it like that, the aurora being AWOL makes a lot more sense. But where's this trail of yours? Well, this is the lowest floor. According to the professor, the ruins extend no further. Ah, I think I'll let less literally. It's not a trail you see with your eyes, or normally walk. It could be the septium veins that run through the earth, or maybe it's some route we can't even imagine. But that's where we'll find a clue that will lead to the orally. Chapter 1, Sneaking Shadows. Is this Estelle landing? In Gransel, okay. Oh no, those are Estelle. Or is that Estelle? Yeah, that's Estelle in the back with the red hair. Annalise, that was the name. I couldn't remember the second name. Phew. Being on an airship for over half a day is kind of tiring, huh? I know how to stretch our legs though. Let's go report the completion of our training and duty readiness. Huh? Estelle, hello? Oh yeah. You're right, we should go to say hi to Eleanor. Hey, are you? Estelle, you've got a case of the nerves, don't you? Yeah, I do. I don't know why either. I didn't feel this way at all before I went to training, but now, somehow thinking that I'm really going to be a full bracer now is making me really, really antsy. I get it. You're trembling with excitement, I bet. Excitement, huh? You've grown way, way stronger over this past month, Estelle. And not just in, like, whacking stuff with a stick department. You're more knowledgeable, careful, and you make better judgments. And now you're about to start hunting down the mystery creepos who want to doom us all, or whatever. And you're going to bring Joshua back. I bet all that's just now sinking in for you. Yeah. When you put it that way, that is how I'm feeling. I'm such a dimwit. I'm like a mountain climber who didn't even bother looking up at how big the mountain before her is. Having second thoughts about climbing it? No way. If anything, I'm even more fired up now than I used to be. No matter how big a mountain is, you can always only climb it one step at a time anyway. Even if I have to crawl, I'll reach the top no matter what. That's more like it. Okay, are we going to head over to the guild? Let's go. I see, both of you have done well. Well, then here's your reward based on your performance during training. You get paid for training? Not that I'll complain, but are you sure? Naturally, it's part of your job after all. It won't be a problem so long as you put your new skills to good use for the guild. Right, I'll do my best. Received payment for general training. 1,000 Mira. 2 BP. It does seem like you two had quite a fulfilling training period. You can even carry yourselves differently. It was. I learned a lot. If I ever get the chance, I'd love to go again. Haha, I'm glad to hear it. Speaking of which, Kurt and the others remained at the training grounds, correct? Yeah, Karna and Grant are doing some expert level stuff, I think. They said they won't be back for a while. I think I get what Ilana's poking at though. The guild's down 3 full skilled bracers now. We're going to be really busy from now on. And on top of that, Cassius is still devoting all his time to the military, right? Oh yeah, if I remember right, he's currently working out of Lacen Fortress. Cassius Brigadier General Bright has been welcomed back into the army and is now the head of the military command. He's essentially the head of Her Majesty's Royal Army at this point. What? He's the head of the army now? I thought General Morgan had that position. As I understand it, that was the original idea, but Morgan himself proposed giving Cassius full reign. He seems to be entrusting the future of the army to your father, Estelle. The future? Entrusted to Dad? Well, we're doomed then. Well, I can see Cassius being given that much responsibility, you know. That's going to mean we're down our S-ranked hero too, though. I think it's safe to say we'll have plenty of support from the military from now on, however. At the same time, we have new threats to concern ourselves with. Huh? Right. You mean the society? Did they start to do stuff while we were away? No, they've done nothing obvious, but that is admittedly how they work. What happened are several strange occurrences over the past month. One example would be the changes in the wild beasts and monsters in various regions. The monsters have changed? Do you mind defining change, Elton? I hope it isn't what I think it is. To start with, heretofore, undocumented types of monsters are showing up all across the country. Heretofore. Even the existing monsters have become far more vicious and powerful. Travel has become significantly more dangerous. No one has been able to put forward an explanation as to why this is happening. So every beastie out there is nastier just cause? It's definitely the society's doing. They're trying to turn us all into monster kibble. Calm yourself, Annalise. We still don't have enough evidence to be certain of anything. We do know one thing though. Things definitely began happening after the Queen's birthday celebrations. That we know for certain. The first reports came in practically the day after. Oh crap. Don't look so glum. We're actually been formulating a response of sorts. And I'd very much like for the two of you to be part of it. A response? Ah, you two are here already. I wanted to meet you at the port. Skara! And Agate too. This is a surprise. Welcome back, you two. It's good to see you. Heh, you two got back sooner than I thought. I'm really happy to see you too, Sarah. And Agate. Hi, it's been a while, huh? Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other was during the Queen's birthday shindig. The old man told me about Joshua, you know. I'd heard you were pretty broken up over it, but you seem back on your feet already, huh? Yeah, mostly. More to the point though, why are you two together? Good question, I should get a camera. This is like seeing a king penguin. Oh really? It isn't that rare, you two. Gotta admit, we don't work together that often, Scheherazade. Actually, Scheherazade and Agate are here to begin a special mission. I asked them to come here today for a specific reason. A mission? Indeed, they will be tasked with investigating the Society of Ouroboros. What? Wait, like chasing down their agents and stuff? Isn't that dangerous? I wish it was like that exciting. Investigating might be a little too specific though. We're barely even certain the society exists at this point, we realise, despite what Cassius says. We're going to be wandering all across Liberal, keeping an eye out for anything resembling a secret society bent on world domination. This is probably not going to be the most exciting job ever, is the point. Oh, I get it. I guess groping around in the dark is the best we can do right now, huh? So, I'm guessing you want us to tag along? Yes, I'd like to assign the two of you to assist Scheherazade and Agate. The plan is to have Sher and Agate investigate different areas separately. I'd like for them to have a partner though, just in case the society really is as dangerous as we think. Okay, so one of us helps Shera, and the other helps Agate. Exactly. Are you willing to assist? You bet we are. I was going to go looking for the society on my own anyway, so this is perfect. I want to help too. There's no way I can just sit around when there's suspicious stuff going on. Thank you, I'm glad we have the help. Well then, the one remaining hurdle would be team formation. I'd be fine with either of you really. Well, we all know each other basically. You two figure out how it'll work out best. Of course, you have to push the decision onto us. What do you think, Annalise? How should we do this? Well, this might be kind of irresponsible of me, but I think it might be best if you decide this time. What? You've only been a full bracer for a little while, right? You probably haven't found that your style as a bracer yet. So how about using this as a chance to see what kind of bracer you want to be? Annalise. Well, well, look at you, Annalise. When did you learn to talk like a professional? Heh, leave it to me. Either way, girl's got a point. Shara and I are the same rank, but we always fight. The ways we fight are way different. I barely use arts except for support. Once in a while, I focus more on cutting things down with my sword. And I emphasize speed, the range of my whip, and orbital arts. Can't really go wrong with either of us, I think. Keep in mind that being a bracer involves much more than just fighting, though. Think hard and choose the partner you think matches you best. Well then, I am going to pick Agate. Just because. Alright then. Just keep in mind you're a full bracer now. I ain't gonna go easy on you. I hope you're ready. Yeah, I know. I kinda thought you might say something macho like that. What? Come on now, starting off with an argument is probably not the best way to begin this trip. Anyway, that will make Annalise and me the other team. I'm looking forward to seeing how your training turned out. Yeah. It feels like forever since we worked together, Shara. So, with that out of the way, the next step is figuring out how we're going to wander the country looking for shadows. Any thoughts, Elan? Possibly. I would suggest beginning by going to help the regions with the busiest branches. In fact, I just received pleas for aid from the Ruan and Relent branches today. Rather desperate sounding ones at that. That sounds just lovely. I suppose I have been away from Relent for too long. I'd best go help Aina. Yeah, I think that's for the best. It's been a while since I've seen Aina too. This'll be fun. We'll head to Ruan then. You're cool with that, right, Estelle? Of course. Man, I wonder how everyone in Ruan is doing. I'll contact the branches ahead of your arrival. Be careful, everyone. Okay, we get a bit of an early start then. Estelle, you just gotten back too. I'm sorry we couldn't spend more time together. Me too. It sounds like Aina and Roland really need some help too though. Be sure to say hi to everyone for me. You got it. Estelle, I'm sure you're fine, but don't fret yourself to loose ends, alright? Shara? My tarot tells me that the bond between you and Joshua has not been severed yet. So don't worry, believe in your connection to him. Follow it and your trail will be clear, I know it. Yeah. Thanks, Shara. I feel a lot braver now. Come on now, don't make that face. You're a full bracer, remember? Be proud of yourself. Right, I am. So Estelle, guess this is goodbye for now then. Annalise, thanks for going with me on my training. Shara asked you to come along with me, right? I've been found out like a pie thief in the night. Shara said having someone who didn't know Joshua too well around would help you sort out your feelings. So yeah, she asked me. Ha, I thought so. What? Don't tell her everything. Hey, what's wrong with being upfront at this point, right? But the real truth is, it wasn't just that. I did want to train myself too. And I really do think I learned a lot by training with you, Estelle. So I've got to say it too. Thank you. Annalise. And, okay, deep breath. I know you might think I'm weird for saying this, but, I like to think we're already friends, but well, I'd like it if you and me, Estelle, if we became something more. What? What are you saying? Are you saying what I think you're saying? No, don't try to stop me, Shara. I'm serious, I'm absolutely sure about this. Serious? Oh my. Really, right here in public? You have got to be freaking kidding me. I know I'm a couple of years older than you, Estelle, but we've totally spent about the same amount of time in the guild. And you know what? Age doesn't matter when it comes to something like this. So what do you think? I mean, I'm really happy and I think my heart is racing out of my chest, but this is kind of a surprise to say the least. Besides, there's Joshua, and there's some issues on a couple fronts. Or more than a couple, or rather, I don't... Joshua? What does he have to do with this? What problems would there be on a couple of fronts if we became rivals? Rivals? Yeah, we're about the same age, about equal in skill level. I thought I'd help us both try to reach even higher, but you don't actually like the idea, do you? Ah, that's what you meant, okay. I think everybody else was on a different wavelength completely. As unpredictable as always, I see. Not quite the punchline I was expecting. Punchline? Oh, well, if that's what you meant. Alright then. I, Estelle Bright, hereby recognise you as my rival, Annalise Elfred. Consider the gauntlet thrown in your face even. Sweet. Alright, step 1. A race to see which of us can reach Agate and Cher's level first. Bring it, Swordbrain. I'll leave you eating my bracer point dust. Oh boy. I do believe we're in some amount of peril, my good Mr. Krosner. Ha, seriously. Nothing scarier than a couple of kids charging straight ahead. This is the final boarding call for Cecilia, bound for Relent. All passengers please embark immediately. That's us, I'm afraid. Well then, you two stay safe. We'll contact you through the guild should we find anything. Keep in touch with us as well. Will do. See you, Annalise. Shera, stay safe. Yeah, good luck, Estelle. And off the airship goes. Okay then, should we finish our check-in and wait for the next Ruan-bound flight? Yeah, the ship bound for Ruan ought to get here soon enough. Sure you don't want to do some shopping or something though? Been a month. I wouldn't mind hitting the department store, but... Are you sure you wouldn't mind, Agate? I'm easy really. Guys just charge into things without any planning, you see. Girls are the ones who actually bother preparing and whatnot. I say choose what you think is important. Okay. Well, to be honest, I can get what I need in Ruan. Let's just get our tickets. Works for me. Tickets should be sold in the lobby of the airship company building. Let's go. We actually get to move our cart there. Let's go find the ticket building. I can't remember where it is. Is this in a ticket building? Here we go. Ticket purchases are handled in the building nearby, thank you. Oh. Not that building with it. It'd be this building. I can rotate them up, can't I? Yeah. What? It's a bespectacled woman. Really, this is why I cannot stand the pompous imperial nobility. And I thought there were limits to how unpleasant a single person could be. Ha! You took the words right out of my mouth. Tell me, why does the Republic even care about the engine provision deal? I did not think Liberals' internal politics were your plaything. It's a matter of international security, of course. It's only been a decade since the Ereboni attempted to annex this innocent little country. It is absolutely unacceptable for a half-barbaric nation like yours to lay their hands on such cutting-edge technology. The Republic is a long-standing friend of Liberal. We won't stand back and allow something that will threaten its interests. Long-standing friend? Some friends you are. You didn't send them so much as a soldier in the war. You're just pretending to be allies when it suits you, while standing back and doing nothing when it doesn't. What did you just? My Lord Ambassador Koenig, may I suggest we leave the matter here? We do not wish to bother the other customers. But Mueller, Ambassador Cochrane, may I ask that you back down as well? This is a debate that could be handled just as well through the embassies. Very well. I can't say I like hearing that from a member of the Imperial military. Still far better than hearing it from the pompous and gluttonous member of the nobility, I suppose. What did you? Well, gentlemen, if you pardon me. That insufferable she-wolf. This is why commoners with no history or tradition are... My lord. Yes, yes. I shall return to the embassy. I trust I can leave the other matter in your hands. As you will, my lord. Hiya. Ah, Estelle, yes. It's been some time since you helped during the festival, I believe. Ha, I'm glad you remember. That was one heck of an argument just now, though. Who were those two and why were they going at each other like a cat and a dog? The man was the ambassador of the Erebonian Empire to Liberal, Lord Davil Kranich. The woman would be the ambassador from the Republic of Calvard, Elsa Cochrane. They head up their respective embassies here in the capital. Oh, I see. Awful damn childish for a couple of ambassadors. Can those two really do their jobs? Ugh it. I wish I could disagree honestly. To say that the Empire and the Republic have always been on bad terms would be an understatement at the best of times. And on top of that, those two are like oil and water on a personal level. Well, no. The fact that they break into an argument every time they meet shows how similar they are in some ways. I guess I can see that. Though maybe it's cause I walked into the middle of the conversation, but I couldn't understand like half of that. Something about engine provision and Liberals' internal politics. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't ask. No, I don't mind. It's not really a secret anyway. The engine in question is actually the latest from our own central factory. Once the design is finalised, sample units are to be provided by your airship company to the Empire and Republic both. But, well, bumped into Ambassador Cochrane when he came by to finalise the details of the deal. Oh, I get it. Why the big argument about the engine then? An orbital ship's engine is what determines what a ship can really do. Since you can install them in military ships, you usually don't just hand them out like candy. Now I get it. It'd be a real mess if that engine let the Imperial Army get all powered up. Well, I mean, not at all, it's true. Normally sharing such advanced technology with other countries so freely would be unthinkable, but this is a part of your Queen's plan. Rather than monopolising the technology edge, she wishes to provide it to the other countries to promote multinational peace. At least that's her plan as I understand it. I get it. She did mention something like that a while ago, now that I think about it. It's pretty incredible that the Queen is willing to try something like that. Like it's not just an ideal, you know. It's something that could really change how people negotiate. Yes, you have reason to be proud of your Queen, I'd say. My apologies, but this conversation has gone on longer than I'd intended. You're here for your tickets, yes? I'll pardon myself there. Oh yeah. Say, Mueller, about Olivier. Has he gone back to Erebonia already? What, you've not heard? I haven't really had a chance to see him since the Queen's birthday celebrations, actually. I felt kinda bad about that. Oh, don't worry, that half-wit is continuing to while away his days here in Liberal. He said he was going to visit Elwes Spriggs, if I remember right. Okay then. Yeah, that sounds like Oliver, alright. Should he ever bother returning to the embassy like a responsible citizen, unlikely as that is, I'll let him know you were asking after him. I'll make sure he at least contacts you before he returns to the Empire. Thanks, Muller. Hardly. I should thank you for keeping that lunatic company. Now if you'll excuse me. That's one of a hell of a stiff military type for a friend of that golden-haired guy. Who is he? Muller's the resident military officer for the Erebonian embassy, I think. I've only ever met him a few times myself. Well built, and he made sure to not leave himself open at any point in our chat. A well-trained dog of the military, and hiding some sharp fangs to boot. There you go again. He does seem like he's really strong though. I don't trust any Imperials with that, and that includes Blondie. It seems like he talked to Cassius about something, but who knows what his plan is, what with staying so long. I guess that's a good point. Although, Olivier may be weird, but I can't think of him as a bad guy. Even Muller doesn't seem all that malevolent, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Let's get over to the counter and get our tickets. Welcome. Will you be using our national flights or our international flights? 2 tickets bound for Rouen, please. Understood. Oh, pardon me. You are with the Bracer Guild, yes? Are you still in Agate? Yes. I already have received payment from Elnan with the capital branch. Here are your tickets. We've got 2 boarding passes. I see. So Elnan did... Nice Elnan. He's always ahead. Well then, please hand your tickets to the receptionist immediately outside the building. You can check in for your flight there. Where's he going? What on earth? Those two who just came out glared at me something fierce. Okay, so I presume it's there. I'm going to save. Since we haven't saved since I started. Hello and welcome. Will you be flying with us today? If you are, you will need to check in and present your tickets. Once we check in, we should stick around and wait for the ship. Sure you got everything you need? Well, I presume so. Let's check in. Very well. Please sign these papers then. Ah, sure. Estelle and her companion finished checking in. Thank you, everything is in order. Please wait in the harbour area for the next airship arrival. Okay. Right then, let's find a good bench and wait for the next ship. Always so much reading in these games. Airliner Lind. Ah, what a nice day. The tourists gotta be flooding the streets in Rouen if the weather's like this there. Maybe. They got bigger things heating the place up than tourism though. Other than tourism? What do you mean? The election for the new mayor. Apparently there's 2 popular candidates to replace old Dalmore. So it's like an actual fight over an election. Neat. I think about it. I guess it's about time, huh? They can't just let the mayor's office sit empty. Yeah, the whole thing's been a bit of a mess ever since you guys blew that case wide open. I heard about what you guys did from Jean. Ah. Yeah, after we left, me, Josh and Chloe worked on that. Well, we had some help from a reporter too, and the actual arrest was done by Lieutenant Schwartz of the Royal Guard. Even better. You're smart enough to see it wasn't all just you. Why, Chloe... Oh, you mean the girl in the uniform, right? A.k.a. Princess Claudia? Man, that blew my friggin' mind when I heard that in the castle. Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I haven't seen Chloe since the birthday festival, or Olivier, I guess, for better or worse. And not just them, Tita too, and Zin. I told Tita and old Foggy about what was up with you. I figured they'd worry too much if they were kept in the dark. Oh, thanks, Agate. Yeah, well, you'd better send him a letter soon. Or meet him in person or whatever. They miss you. Oh, and Zin went back to Calvard after the festival. He said to give you his best. I see. I wish I could have said goodbye. As for the princess, pretty sure she went back to the Jennings Royal Academy. We'll be in ruin for a while, so I think we can find some time to drop in and say hi at least. Yeah, you're right. What? Did I say something funny? Oh, no, not really. I was just thinking. You're a lot more thoughtful than you look, Agate. You even offered to let me do some shopping before we left the capital. Thoughtful? I'm not. I mean, I am, but... oh, forget it. Whatever. I'm gonna go take a nap in my seat till we arrive. Don't get so absorbed in wandering around that you forget to get off at Ruin. Agate, you really do try too hard sometimes. Anyway, I think I'll take his advice. Time for a bit of looking around before we arrive. I'm gonna go get some fresh coffee, because this is cold now. Yeah, I shall be back in a minute. I keep forgetting this control key. Okay, back again. Right, the control key, I've got that set up for my hotkeys for my Streamlabs, but it's obviously brings up the menu in this game. But I'm not changing my Streamlabs. Right, let's have an explore of this ship. Yeah, I mightn't stream as long this morning as I normally do because I'm a bit under the weather. And I've still got a sore head and my shoulders are very sore. Is there any point talking to people? Hey, don't get too close to the edge. What'll happen if you fall, eh? Ooh, this is so cool. Hey, look, the tree is so tiny. Such a pity. Thanks to the clouds, you can't even see the Sapwell Tower from here. I'm a researcher from the History Museum. You know the towers, right? I'm here to inspect those. After Her Majesty's birthday celebrations, there were sightings of odd phenomena around the tetracyclic towers. A little late, but better to investigate now than never, right? We've already been there. We were there in the first game. I guess I'm going inside the ship. Look at all these passengers to talk to. Crew member Parker, to the right, you can see Valeria Lake. Regrettably, it is cloudy at the moment, but you should be able to see the outline of the lake. Am I meant to talk to everybody? Huh? Oh, excuse me, are you from the Bracer Guild, miss? I am. I thought so. I'm glad we could meet again. Do you remember me? I was one of the people you saved when the Sky Bandits held the sausage. You were with the captain, right? That's right, I'm Claire. I managed the passenger cabin. Our entire crew owes you our lives and more. We're still here at our post because you managed to save us. You're welcome. Is the entire crew of the Lynn back at work? Yes, everyone was working even harder than before. That's great. I'm glad everyone was able to get back to their lives. Forgive me for asking, Miss Bracer, But are you travelling for pleasure today or work? Unfortunately, it's always work. I'll probably end up riding airships a lot from now on. I hope you'll treat me well if I end up on the Lind again. Absolutely. I hope we get to serve you again. Who's this? Orvid. This guy, oh no way. I absolutely must make this next deal happen. I should look over the local foodstuffs again. That's a good idea. I should return to my roots and do some plain old investigating. Who was Orvid? Was he in the first game? Orvid. He's a slightly eccentric merchant dealing in rare food ingredients. He was in Relent before. Let's have a look upstairs. More passengers. There's Agate sitting there. I'm going to go down into the engine. Who's this? Simon. Phew, man, just when I thought we'd get to rest and boast for a bit, it's straight off to Zeus. If that non-aggression pact with the Empire happens, our trade in ordnance is going to explode after all. The plan is to get Zeus now and secure some product in advance. Is this the... This is the captain. Do you have some business on the... Wait a moment, you're the girl from before. Hi sir, I haven't seen you in a while. I saved you at the bandit hideout, right? Yeah, I thought so. You must forgive me, I never had a chance to properly thank you. Allow me to offer my thanks on behalf of the entire crew. You're welcome. I was really just doing my job though. Still, it is kind of funny. Taking a trip on the same airship I once helped to rescue. Repairing the damage those thugs did took some time, but the Lind's as good as new now. I'm sure she's doing her best with you on board. It looks like she heard you talking. With conditions like today's, we should arrive in Ruan in no time. Please enjoy the rest of your journey. Let us know if you need anything. I will, thanks, sir. So much detail in these airships. Ooh, what's this? It's just a bucket. Can't turn in here. This is the cargo room. Ain't no place for passengers. Watch that you don't hit your head on the wandering around. He doesn't remember me saving him. Right, I guess that's it. We'll go back up and find Agate. Oh, he's fast asleep. He's already completely passed out. Why don't I just sit down? Do I have to talk to everybody? Incredible, never ceases to amaze me. Back home in Calvard, airships are still very rare. I was kind of shocked when I find out normal citizens use them so casually like this. This is my second time riding a passenger liner. The first time I rode one, we got attacked by bandits. Please let nothing happen this time. So next up is Ruan, right? Speaking of Ruan, that whole thing with Mayor Dalmor being arrested was a real shocker. Seems like the whole town's still in uproar over it, but that's not so surprising. Valivia Lake. Somewhere in that wide open lake, the legendary garden of Valivia's waters lives. Someone hasn't chased a bit. Oh, I was wondering who it was. Hello, Estelle. Hi, Lloyd. I haven't seen you in forever. Looking to challenge the Lord King Mugwump Fish of Valeria Lake again? For now, no. I'm off to Ruan. I've heard there's a nice convenient spot right in the city limits. Wow, you sure are dedicated. It sounds fun, but I guess I'm not into that fishing. Oh really? That's a pity. You've got quite a talent for it, from what I saw at the Kingfisher Inn. I know, let me give you this. Fishing book. And a rod. It's a rod for beginners and a notebook for recording your fishing records. We, the members of the Fishermen's Guild, are dedicated to the expansion of the culture of fishing. We're always happy to provide promising rookies with the tools of the trade. Incidentally, are you bound for Rouen? Yes, I am, actually. Well then, you'll have a chance to swing that rod right away. There are all sorts of fishing spots in Rouen. I guess it would be a good chance. Now that you mention it, Rouen as a region is kind of full of waterside areas. As I mentioned, there's a point within the city itself too. You should go there first to practice. For now, so long as you enjoy it, that's enough. Yeah, thanks. I'll definitely give it a shot. Excuse me, tired. I pray that you'll join our ranks someday. Well then, safe journey to you. So we can go fishing now. Was there fishing in the first game? I really can't remember that. Here's our fishing book. Oh, you need different bait, do you? See, so we had to talk to him. Are you awake yet? No. So we're going to have to find more people to talk to. Oh, here we go. Thank you for flying with us today. We will be arriving in Rouen shortly. Please be aware that there may be turbulence while landing, so we ask all passengers to take their seats. Oops, I better get to my seat. City of Rouen. So this is Jean. Oh hey, welcome back, boy. But I'm glad you guys are here. Karen has been away, so the board's covered with jobs. You guys have your work cut out for you, geared up and ready to go, I hope. I'm sending this out already. We were expecting a little board work, but anything urgent come up lately? Well, no, we're snowed under with work in general, but none of it is particularly urgent. I mean, the election's being held under the eyes of the military anyway. The town's so busy boiling over from the election that the tourists have stayed away a bit. Oh, the election's gotten that hot? Who's running? We haven't heard. Mr. Norman, who is a proponent of the tourism industry, and Mr. Portas, who wants to try and revive the harbours and shipping business. Remember, this is a big deal. The mayor of Rouen is also the governor of the entire region. People in Manoria and elsewhere are voting too. It's been a real media circus. The election is basically going to decide the future of Rouen. It's exciting. I get it now. That is big. Well, given that I'm underage and not a citizen of Rouen, I guess I can't vote. Got to admit though, since I basically helped cause this, I'm sort of curious to see where it goes. Oh. Then read the coverage from the Liverpool News. Their investigative articles are excellent. Investigation. Wait, that reminds me. There is actually a job I'd like you to focus on. It isn't urgent, but it's something that needs looking into. Oh, what's up? Well, how do I put this? It's hard to explain. Maybe I shouldn't have... The heck. Ain't like you to beat around the bush, Jean. Since when do you hesitate to pile the work on? Come on.